And it will make us a leader in the fight against these kinds of despicable community-destroying acts, and serve as a model for other states looking to combat crimes based on bigotry or bias. It does strengthen our current statute to include hate crimes based on gender. That was an omission in our current law. Current law protects only gender identity or expression, not gender itself. Also increases penalties to a Class C felony from a Class D felony for making a bomb threat or other threat of violence against a house of worship, religious community center, or other religious institutions.
Connecticut has always been a tolerant state, and one of which we've always been proud of that tolerance. And I think we need to continue to show Connecticut as a beacon of tolerance through our words, our actions, and also our laws, and to keep up with those laws as well. So
this is an effort bipartisan in both chambers to bring forward an idea that we need to speak out against hate crimes. Sort of sad in one area that we have to do these types of things, but there are people that who take certain actions that require us to address in a most severe tone. And that's what this bill does. And bipartisanly, both chambers have gotten together and unequivocally are going to send a message that in the state of Connecticut, we are not going to take lightly those who do hate crimes in our state.
This piece of legislation is really a modernization of our hate crime statutes to bring it up to date where we are today. In addition to the specific crimes updated and increased penalties and components of the crimes as outlined by Senator Looney, we also have a provision in there for the court programs where individuals that get arrested for hate crimes now we'll have direct court programs for counseling for these individuals in addition to the crimes to try to remedy this increase in crime throughout the country and in the state of Connecticut.
We are sending a signal that there is zero tolerance for hate crimes in the state of Connecticut. No longer will be the penalty of a slap on the wrist. Those folks that do damage to individuals, to property, to their feelings, to their beings, will suffer the consequences of the law that we are about to pass in a bipartisan manner.
This bill is just one example of all of us working together. And one other aspect of the bill that I want to highlight is there's also the creating of a statewide hate crimes council that'll monitor what's going on in our state even while we're not in session, and they will be able to report back to the Judiciary Committee next year if we have to make further efforts to create legislation to address this issue.